You are now listening to the Toxic Mentality Podcast. Don't be basic, be you.
Together we toxic as fuck, don't care, but we love it. Together we toxic as fuck, don't care, but we love it. When you mad, you pull up to the crib with no notice. Often argue and fuck with no sorry. Together we toxic as fuck, don't care, but we love it.
Diana Ross and y'all Supremes. Wow,
this is warm.
Okay, let's get started.
Oh my god!
What the hell are you touching, my friend?
I'm leaving this in the podcast, by the way. I'm leaving this in.
No, I've never understood.
He's still talking. I'm leaving this shit in. Go ahead. He just had his hands in his sweatpants.
And it's the warmest thing he's ever felt.
I never did that before.
Did what? Touch your pee-pee?
No, I
put his hands in
my pee-pee. I was literally just had my hands in my pants.
Right, is it? Yeah, that's how you warm your hands up.
I didn't know that. Well, I personally thought it was for them just just have their
fiddle
hands,
faddle,
whatever. But I just realized, because I got on regular shorts and I got on pajamas, and I'm like, oh, this is warm.
It's toasty.
Hold up. Are we cutting this?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
No, you can
fuck it. Welcome to the newest episode of Toxic Mentality, episode 3.
3.
Yes.
We went on a winter break. Some of us had a better one than others.
Yeah. Some people didn't have winter break.
Oh, well, see.
Some people had summery breaks.
Hey, why don't you do it?
Let's start with introductions, everybody.
Hey guys, it's me, STL Archangel. You can find me on Instagram at STL Arch ARCH Angel.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Marcus. You can find me on Twitter at Mystical Obsession. Make sure you look into it. Also, you can find us at other streams of networks as well. But Mystical Obsession, hit me up.
And I'm Dre. You can find me on Twitter at Dre_Rich88. That's the only place you're probably going to find me. I locked my Instagram. And I ain't on Facebook like that. So Twitter it is. If you want to see craziness, read craziness, come follow me.
Hey, why don't you do it?
Twitter.
So, with this episode, we are going to be looking at what 2021 has taught us or taken us through, and what we want to see or what we plan on manifesting and changing for 2022.
Ooh,
so this is going to be looking at the past and predicting the future. So,
what was everybody 2021 was like? What was it like? 2021. What was it like?
You said 1-1?
21. That's what mine felt like. 21.
Someone please call 911.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what it felt like.
Okay, so I don't know. For me, I feel like it was a lot going on. I had a very interesting and busy 2021. Like, the year itself flew by. I graduated nursing school at the end of December.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Started a new career. We started the podcast. I did a lot of soul searching onto who I wanted to be. Was I the person I wanted to be? And was I putting the right people in my life to succeed?
Do you feel like that's what happened?
I think I'm still working on that part. As far as friendships,
you got us.
I know, right? Friendships have solidified this last year. I really did find out who was supporting me from the stands, who was supporting me next to me, and who was secretly hating.
Dang.
So,
that's real.
I think it's been a transition year. And I feel like 2022 is going to be even more of a transition year too, to see what I want to put in place, where I want to go, financially, romantically, emotionally. I feel like I battled, not necessarily battled, but I approached a lot of past trauma. And I reevaluated myself and life in general. I realized that I was my biggest opponent and I was my biggest wall. And I wasn't going to get the things that I wanted out of life or necessarily needed because I was very good at avoiding things and not allowing myself to actually feel or be vulnerable. And I think when you have that whole thought process, when you have to grow up being the strong one all the time, and you have other situations where you're not allowed to be vulnerable or cry or have the time to slow down, it becomes overwhelming. Until you actually give yourself the chance to do so, and you kind of realize that being a strong person all the time, it's not necessarily a good thing.
But was that something you taught to be, or do you feel like it was innate?
I think at times we pick up our personas. We pick up what we think we need to be in that moment, in that time. And I feel like that's what I've always thought. I've always thought I had to be the smart one. I always thought I had to be the one who was always the go-getter, you know? I never had time to just slow down and enjoy the moment, enjoy the people, and see what it is that everybody has to offer. You know, I'm always looking for the next best thing, or what can I do next? So I never got to just be happy where I was, be happy with the people who were in my life, and actually get to know the people who were there. It was always go with the flow type deal. And now this year, it's going to be intention. Everything that I plan on doing is going to be with intention. I plan on loving with intention. Starting a new job with intention. Like there's a reason behind the reason behind everything I'm going to do.
That's good.
What about you guys?
And I know a lot of that had to do with COVID too. Like think about COVID, because COVID really came in and like shifted the whole paradigm. And you know, like we was talking about stuff earlier, but it is an alternate universe right now. Like when you really think about stuff, like think about the fact we walking around in masks every day. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, got a little thirsty. But think about the fact that we walking around with masks on every day. Like this is a whole new world. Like,
and people on top of their faces do not match the bottom of their faces.
No, it's a whole different catfish out here now. You can mask fish people, okay? For real. But on top of that, people still are passing away as well. So it's like all these different things. You have new fears, new way of living, new way to dress. Like it is a different world now.
But do you think with COVID and the fact that so many people are passing, that it's made people realize that we are not invincible.
Exactly.
And it's made them want to accomplish things a little bit faster and be on a better timeline.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Almost like the smallpox did for back in those days. You know what I'm saying? Like every new disease that comes in, well, HIV as well, you know, like all of those things that came in, they come in and shift stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like make people rethink things, make people, like even with you, like talking about just setting new intentions, like everything is intentional now. Cause you don't know, you know what I'm saying? There's so much, all the time that we think we have. Mm-hmm. Something came in and showed you anybody can get this. You know what I'm saying? And anybody could pass away. So it makes you as a person rethink like you're living. And then on top of that, you still trying to live. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you still going day to day trying to live on top of trying to make sure you don't get this, this new disease or whatever the case may be that is out. So that's the crazy part about all this. For me, as you were sitting here talking, I won't lie, I got emotional. Cause I'm gonna I didn't know. I'm just gonna be honest today. And I don't be honest in a lot. You see, I'm having a hard time now. Especially with general public, but I really had to realize for 2021, I was in love.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never said that to anybody. And even now it's just hard, really saying it. Because that's what shifted me through that year. Cause I've already been on a journey of loving myself. Mm-hmm. And trying to figure out what that looks like. But last year, I really did find myself in love with somebody. And it ended. And it was the first time I ended something. I'm getting emotional now. It was the first time I ended something because in my heart knew it had to stop.
Okay.
And it was, I didn't want to rationalize to me, why, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say this is what's going on this year. This is Marcus, you got all this other stuff going on, because I didn't want to realize what it was. And a lot of my friends joked about it and stuff like that. But I realized that it was the truth. I was in love with this person, and I, in my heart, knew that they loved me in return. But we just couldn't be together.
Do you feel like it was more of a situation where you realized that you deserved more and you wanted more than what you were getting?
Actually, it was kind of like when me and my other ex broke up. It was somebody I really loved as well. And to the point where I asked God, I was like, God, please, if this is not the person, show me. That was the truest prayer. Cause we was in abusive relationship and all that other type of stuff. And, cause I will ride and die for you. Okay. That's the thing about me. A lot of people, if you get to know me, once I really love you, I will ride and die for you. That's just what it is. And, it gets to a point where I have to really see spiritually if I need to let you go. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was for him. My ex, I prayed, and literally that night we end up play fighting out of nowhere. He play fights with me, and I looked up, and in his eyes was pitch black. And the next day we broke up, and it was over.
You know what's funny about that? I've actually done the same prayer, but I wasn't in the same vicinity of that person. And I promise you, once I said amen, my phone went off and they had called me. Craziest thing.
And so that's how it was with this one. It was because this has been years of us dealing with each other. Mm-hmm. And it just got to a point where things got really messy. And we started arguing about stuff that didn't even used to matter. And so I realized that had consumed me my whole 2021. Was pleasing this person. Mm-hmm. And making sure he was good, making sure we're good. I started doing stuff I never did before. I'm coming home, cooking, having, I'm the whole wife, okay? I had beers sitting in my refrigerator.
Why do you do it?
I don't even drink beer. That's okay?
Good. Got the good.
So you coming home to beers in the refrigerator, literally you could sit your feet up. I'm even saying you good. You get your own space. I'm doing stuff. Driving my car. Ooh. Wherever you wanted to go. Okay? I was really in love. And it didn't, after we everything just, it didn't go downhill, but you could feel it. Like, it got to a point where both of us, like, it
didn't seem right no more.
It was time to let it go. And as much as I think, well, for me, because I'm not going to speak for the other person. But for me, as much as hard as it was to do it, because I've had trauma in my life where people have walked out of my life consistently. Mm-hmm. Honestly. And family included. So to get to a space in life where you have to walk out of somebody else's life.
So do you feel like it solidified the abandonment issues, or do you feel like it was an empowering moment for you, though?
It hurt me more. It made me, it put me in a place of coping with other people, just randoms. It put me in a place of hurting. Like, I would have just depressed from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And I never realized that, because grieving is real. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, because we are mental wellness, professionals in general, grieving is real. And a lot of times you don't realize you grieve breakups, you grieve losing somebody, because when you have connected with somebody on an energetic level, on a soul tying type of level, you know what I'm saying? That's a different type of grief that comes with that. Mm-hmm. And that's what I had to realize. I had to realize not only did I love again without trying to identify that I was in love, I also had to grieve a love in the midst of already grieving deaths, in the midst of grieving having COVID. Like all of this stuff that was going on in that year, I was still trying to like pick myself up throughout the year to keep it moving. And so the finalization piece was my weight loss journey. And I told myself, like, by my weight loss journey, by the day if it's time to surgery, I have to really focus on me. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. So I did get the sleeve. And that was a thing. And I have been going through that now. And
you have been doing great, by the way.
Thank you.
He's been doing a thing.
Thank you. It is very scary. I appreciate that, because it is scary. It was scary before. It was scary going into it. It was scary. It's been scary after of it. But it's the journey, and I'm so appreciative of the journey. But also now it really is about focusing, like you said, with intention, like not just my body, but my health. You know what I'm saying? And my mind, like I tell myself, I want to be at peace every day. And it's just that thing, that type of mindset. But at the same time, still going through the motion of trying to understand life and what it's like and grieving those things. So yeah, that's what 2021. 2021 really, it made me wake up. It made me wake up and realize I'm grown. It did. Dry.
My 2021, I don't know, it was a lot of things. I was humbled. I came to realize things about myself, and I don't know, the year started off crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because a couple days before my birthday in February, I found out I was getting laid off. So I had to go through all those feelings and things like that, and like, okay, what am I going to do? And trying to find a job and everything like that. Then the day comes and you don't find anything, and it's like, that's scary. You know what I'm saying? Because like, man, I got a daughter, I got a family to take care of. I'm like the sole breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? The mortgage is on me. Everything's on me. So, and you have to make sure when you have a family, you got to make sure everyone's good all the time. But it's like that. But you get kind of like lost in the sauce, I guess you would say. You know what I'm saying? You want someone to make sure you're good at one point. So it was just dealing with those feelings. And then, always being quick to just jump on things just because of being scared. Like, I took a new job just because I needed money. It's a great check. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's...
Money ain't always everything.
It's good.
Though. Like,
I don't know, but I got a question. This kind of make me feel like when I feel, especially as a man with a family, do you feel like that kind of becomes the thing for a lot of black men or just men in general, where they just even do what you have to do just to make sure everybody.
You seen Good Times, James Evans?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was that guy bringing in the money. He's the one with 3-4 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I guess Florida was supportive, I guess you could say. So.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what most black men are. You know what I'm saying? That's us, James Evans. You know what I'm saying? That character is...
But how many times do you all have to, like, push, and then at the same time, it's almost forgetting who you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, because it becomes about your family. Because, I mean, personally, I don't disassociate with any type of job that a black man has to do to provide for his family. And that's probably the most educated way that I could put that. But whatever job you out here doing to support your family, you know what I'm saying? You know, certain things I don't feel like you got to rob and kill, but, you know, but whatever you're doing in a way to provide for your family, in the essence, it almost becomes your identity versus who you are. You get what I'm saying?
But I think we get lost in that because, you know what I mean? You know, my
But if you always been that, though, like, I always been the guy that people came to for advice, or, you know, if you dialed my phone, I always picked up. I've always been that person.
Okay, but what about, that's the kind of like what I was saying. That's the identity you were pretty much given. But is that your true identity? Is that who you are? Is that who the person you want to be? Because I
for 2021, because we were talking about 2021.
True. And 2021, that was 100%. It was not giving 1% on that. So I don't know. It gets frustrating, gets tiring, and everything like that. But I mean, it's life. But at the same time, it's like, man, like. Where can you find, like, that little light, that little bit of happiness? Because it's always like work, bills, eat, sleep, wake up, work bills. You know what I'm saying?
Kids.
Yeah, my fault. I forgot them in the mix. So
can't forget the little kids.
Right.
Crunch snatchers.
Shout out to Amina, man. I love my daughter, man.
She's so beautiful. Don't you know, one day I had called, and she was like, "Hi, Marcus." I was like, "Oh my God, she knows my name." No, I really did. Like, I was so shocked. And she's only how old?
She's only 3. Yeah.
And it was with perfect dialect. Like, she said it very, like, "Hi, Marcus." I was like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
But that shows a very educated household.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure I take care of my baby. But I don't know. I think, like I said, it was just rough emotionally. You know, all the ups and downs, everything that was going on. And I think, you know, and that probably lingered from 2020 when this whole pandemic started and, you know, being locked in and isolated, you know. So I think with that, yeah. So the past 2 years been rough. Man.
I just want to say I did not get pregnant throughout this whole thing.
A disclaimer.
Shout outs to Pull Out on the Prayer. We got you.
Oh my God. I just thought of something hit me though. I won't lie when you said that. Locked in and isolated. 2020 to 2021. How was that for y'all? Because I don't feel like nobody talks about that. How was that for y'all?
It was weird for me because I'm an introvert and stuff anyway. So I really don't go out. But when you tell me I can't go out,
makes you want to go out.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't tell me where I can go.
Right. It's like, I want to leave this motherfucker now. Like, shit.
Oh my God. I found out that I was actually I liked being introverted more than I liked being out. Like, I never realized that. Yeah. As much as I used to talk crap about people, like, "Oh, they in the house. You stay in the house." You know, like, that's how I was because I was so used to being outside. Like, for real, outside. And when it forces you to be in the house, I was like, oh, I could watch this movie. Like, it's certain stuff that I started doing that I realized it's not so bad being in the house. You know what I'm saying? So that was it really, but at the same time, it kind of forces you to realize a lot of stuff too. Like, cause when you forced to be isolated, you know what I'm saying? And you can't get out, then that kind of makes you start thinking about other stuff too. But other than that, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I think I became a better mother.
Real.
I definitely spent a lot more time with my daughter than I think I did before, because I feel like I was juggling so much. You know, you have to juggle, like I was juggling school, trying to entertain a relationships or whatever, and my baby, and then, like, you know, being an adult and taking care of a household and being a single parent, like legit single parent. Her dad is, you know, no longer here. So it was a lot, you know what I mean? But I think being isolated started the snowball effect of dealing with who I am and dealing with stuff that I didn't have to deal with, because I think we don't realize that we stay busy. We're doing X, Y, and Z. We're coping, and it's not making us slow down and face a lot of things. And that's why I think throughout COVID, you had so many people with mental health issues that surfaced that never had them before, because you actually had to deal with your bullshit.
Stuff. Yeah.
You had to deal with it. Because there was nothing but the four walls. That's why you saw so many people who got divorced, because you finally realized, I got to be at home with you and I really don't like you.
Yes. Yes.
And so, like, at that point, y'all realizing, like, this is not that.
Yeah.
You know, I know for me, it was the whole point of realizing that I never grieve the passing of my daughter's father. You know what I mean? I always felt like I had to be strong, and she couldn't see me cry, and that relationship was over, and I don't understand, and I'm trying to move on. And not going through that grieving process, I did not realize was hindering me from moving on to the next step with the next person, because I was still stuck, you know. But now I'm got me in these four walls, trying not to catch the Vid-19.
Okay. Crying.
And, man, crying for no reason.
Crying,
baby. And not realizing why. Like, what is going on?
Okay.
This man been going
Liquor store closing early.
Ain't have a drop of Hennessy, Remy, nothing. Goodness gracious. Nerves was bad. Nerves was real bad. But you got through it. You know what I mean? And that's why I said so many people are evolving. This was, the pandemic was a time of involvement for everybody. There were so many phoenixes rising up from the motherfucking ashes.
Yeah.
Because of what didn't kill us, definitely made us stronger.
Yeah, I feel the same way about even family. Because I was not big in family. And I'm not ashamed to say that, even if my family actually listens to this. My family knows I'm not big into family. And seeing all the deaths, you know what I'm saying? Those things happening is what made me start being like, Marcus, you need to forgive your dad. Or Marcus, you need to try to just be friendly to your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really, because the thing is especially for a lot of people, family is very important, right? But if you've always been this person who is not into that, but at the same time, you are a person who don't like the idea of death, you know what I'm saying? Seeing all these deaths really makes you be like, it forces you. Yeah. Like, you have to deal with the fact that, well, why don't you like your daddy, Marcus? What is it about? Like, why can't you, what is this with this relationship? And are you really willing to rebuild this relationship? And it did. And that's what happened. So, like, during these past 2 years of COVID, I found myself actually talking to my dad more. I called him for Christmas. had conversation with them, and then like my sister ended up actually going to ICU, and I don't even really converse with, I've never really even had a real conversation with my sister. So I end up getting in contact with my nephew that I've never met. So like it forced me to really realize how precious that is as well, because unfortunately, we may have not been born into those situations of understanding. But the most you could do is just whatever, because it does something to you regardless, right? Like your daddy one in your life is going to do something to you.
Exactly.
Especially as a Black man. You know what I'm saying? So because of the stuff that I didn't deal with, in that it like you said, it resurfaced all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, seeing all these different deaths, it was like, okay, you got to do something about this. It put
stuff into perspective. It made you really realize what was petty and what was serious, or what really mattered.
Or you can't change.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can't change it. Some things you just can't
what
change.
What you can accept.
Yeah, what you gotta accept. And that's one thing. Shout out to Candace, who's old Chaos, who actually allows us to use this space. But one thing she always says too, that it hits me honestly every time she says it, is that we forget that our parents was once kids and teenagers and young adults too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that they didn't have the opportunity to fix, quote unquote, in their own personal lives. We get the backlash of that stuff. So so that's what it comes to, like me and my dad, our relationship. It was stuff that it was stuff that between, him, my mom, and all that other stuff, and then personal stuff with us too. But was it really worth keep using that same trauma in my life? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If I've identified it to be traumatic and I've identified it that it's an issue, then why keep harboring the same feelings about the same thing? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it made me realize. Like, let it go, Marcus. Okay, he wasn't in your life. Let it go. And just look at it now. Look at it for what it is now. But also fixing that piece of me. Of where I was hurt because he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So that really resonated with me.
So Dre, I know you talked about your 2021. Mm-hmm. And the trials and tribulations that you went through. How do you feel like that it's going to shape or push your 2022?
I think I don't know. I think, first of all, for the mental aspect, I think therapy may be in order, you know what I'm saying? Just to deal with, like you said, you sit in those four walls and you just start thinking about like all the past traumas, all the things in your childhood that happened that you didn't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't really pay attention to, but then you're like, oh, damn, that was real crazy. You know what I'm saying? Once you know better now. Mm-hmm. So just things like that. But I think, also, I want to find, I wouldn't say like happiness, but like, take more me time. Excuse me. Just take more me time. You know what I'm saying? Just a little self-care. I think that's going to be real big for me. And just find a passion. You know what I'm saying? Because, just like I'm writing a movie script, I want to finish that. You know what I'm saying? There's different things I wanted to do, like learn piano, some stuff like that. So
shout out, because I always wanted to play the harp.
The harp.
I know. I always wanted to learn how to play the harp. Don't ask me why.
I was not going to think you was going to say the harp.
Right.
I don't know, something about the harp just
it is so a cute
elegant.
Little object. It is. And they always wear a fire dress.
And that's just
they always got on a fire dress.
That might not happen in this lifetime.
So what are you wanting to heal and manifest this year?
I know, as far as manifesting, like I said, I really want to finish that movie script. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a movie fanatic. So,
Can I get a roll though? I want a good roll.
I got it both.
I don't want to be like Felicia though. I want to be like.
I want to play a straight black man with 5 kids.
That would be funny. That's funny. Shit. Yo, I mean, that definitely has to happen. That has to be its own movie. That's crazy. But yeah, definitely I want to manifest that. It just feel like that sense of accomplishment and something that you're interested in. You know what I'm saying? What was the other part?
Healing.
I don't know. I guess just past traumas. And, not just being happy with where you are. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'll be the big things for me in 2022. Okay. What about you guys?
Ooh, I hate to say this. I shouldn't even say it, but dang it. All right. So, believe it or not, I feel like my insecurities stop me from doing a lot of things. Dictates a lot in my life because I'm always afraid of the what ifs. You know what I mean? What if somebody doesn't feel the same way? What if this turns out bad? What if, I'm always living in my head. And I can be I swear, I think people think I'm just so calm and collected. And I be freaking out. Like, for real. Because I just never know. Like, I don't know, but I want to stop living in fear. And I want my insecurities to stop being the forefront. Because at the end of the day, I am a role model for my daughter. And I always try to tell her to, don't worry about the mistakes. Just go out and do it. And what happens, happens. You're either going to learn or you're going to succeed. But either way, you did it. And when I actually went to Jamaica, I ziplined. And I ziplined like from 7 different towers. It was so fire. And I remember just going out there and just doing it, just facing it. And I mean, by the second zip line, I wasn't even hanging on no more. I was hanging upside down. The instructors was hyped up. Like, oh my gosh, are you sure you did this the first time? And I want to face the rest of my life with that same robust, just go-getter attitude. I want to continue my education. I want to continue to succeed. And I just want this year, 22, to be about success in my next level. And trying everything and finding out the answers to everything that I need to know. So I'm never wondering again.
That was good. And it's crazy because that's what mine was.
You gotta pick your own. You can't take my stuff.
No, but really it is. So when I think about healing, I would say for healing, I just want to, honestly, it is fears. Just being afraid of what's next. That's mine. That's the biggest thing for me is being afraid of what's next. And having that fear of it won't work. I always I fight my negative attitude or negative thoughts a lot. Like, that's what I fight a lot. I have a demon of negative thoughts. And so, I really am wanting to heal that piece of myself with always having those negative thoughts. Also healing the old me. That's what I want to work on as well, because I'll just forgetting that person that used to be there, whether even physically, like trying to understand this new lifestyle that I have, of being the size that I am now, like, healing that bigger Marcus, you know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing I've learned recently is that it don't matter the size.
We still love you.
Well, I've been, that is the statements actually. That is the statements. But it's pieces where like learning, cause that bigger Marcus is still there too. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I didn't realize cause I heard that people go through that mental journey of like when they have the weight loss surgery and stuff. But I didn't realize how real it was until there's moments where I'm literally in the house like, well, damn, like, like you didn't talk to me then, but you talking to me now, like all of those aspects of things. and those insecure moments, and then even the insecurities now of like, because I love clothes. And not to be able to wear what I used to wear, like, and stuff like that. So
That's a whole new wardrobe.
Yeah, and like, like I never realized that was gonna be an insecurity for me, like walking around in too big clothes, like that's something totally new for me. You know what I'm saying? But again, just that's the piece I'm healing, like understanding that I'm going to be different. Like every day and at every different aspect. I am manifesting for sure financial blessings in my life. Money from anywhere in a good way.
Okay.
Cash app. I want to sit at the house and the Lord just drop $1,000 in my lap. Like I'm manifesting that. Okay.
You ain't been liking and reposting the memes. That's the problem.
Okay, the Facebook memes. But another thing I'm manifesting is I just manifest peace in my life all the time now. Like intentionally. Like I do so much now to just make sure I'm at peace in my life. And also I'm ready for real love. Like I am ready. And it's a love that I didn't even know I was ready for. Like, and that's what I'm manifesting is this whole different idea of love that and I'm seeing it for longevity. But and that's what keeps getting me is that I feel it and I know it's coming, but a piece of me is that's the thing, like that fear. That's that I'm also trying to heal from. But I'm manifesting a romantic relationship in my life this year. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, so now at this time we're gonna go to, of course, our commercial break.
This podcast is in affiliation with Buzzsprout. Just get your podcast launched, and you can start for free. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed on all the major platforms like Apple, Spotify, Google, and more within a matter of minutes. Podcasting isn't hard if you have a good team behind you. So sign up and see why over 100,000 people already use Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. And if you follow the link in the show notes, it lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you. And you also get a $20 Amazon gift card when you sign up for one of their paid plans. And it helps support the show. So sign up for Buzzsprout and let's create something great together. Now, back to the show. All right, now it's time for the chop it up question of the day.
No, that wasn't the right sound effect.
We need sound effects. Any sound effect people can help us out? I got a little applause. There we go.
Oh,
hold on.
You heard it.
Chop it up question of the day.
Okay.
They was chopping it up. Yes.
The question of the day is, what will be your motto for the year 2022?
Everybody looking at me, so I guess
I can start.
Go ahead, pop it off then.
Because my shit is funnier than you guys are. Introspective and mature and shit. So mine would be, what would Ye do? You know what I'm saying? As in Kanye West.
Stay
what
out
would Ye
them
do?
bushes.
So, Dre, are you a fan of Kanye West is what we're wanting to know. The world wants to know, are you a fan of Kanye West?
Most definitely. Yeah.
How big of a fan are you of Kanye West?
Like
he would be in them bushes right next to him.
Super fanboy, got upset with my front row tickets. He didn't come to St. Louis. I was mad, motherfucker. But anyway, I'm a big Kanye West fan.
You have front row seat tickets to see Kanye West? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, yeah, that's huge. That's huge. What I'm saying?
Concert. Anyway, but yeah, what would Ye do? Like I said, it was like just have that confidence of Kanye. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell Kanye anything. Nothing. Like he got the song "Can't Tell Me Nothing." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can't, man. You ain't gonna build your own shoe company. All right, watch me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I want to have that type of spirit and you know what I'm saying, drive going into 2022. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So what would Ye do?
What would Ye do? Actually, you made me. That sound good. I was kind of nervous because you know I'm not too much of a Kanye fan.
And if you have to punch somebody, you just have to punch them.
We do not condone going to jail. I do not put money in bail.
I was joking.
I don't think Kanye has he punched someone? Now, he almost threw that little girl at that pinata. You saw the meme. Everybody saw the meme where he almost threw that girl into that pinata.
Anyway, what would Ye do?
Let's move on because I want this man to hear this and then we get sued.
Oh, no, we won't. No, we was just joking, Kanye. Shout out to Kanye. I love you.
I didn't talk bad about him.
I didn't talk bad about him either.
I want a job.
I want a job too.
I want some of them bills.
So mine is going to be, I think, because I kept trying to think about it, but I think I'm going to keep it as that. Either I'm a blessing or I'm a lesson.
Won't he do it?
That
Won't he do
either
it?
I'm a blessing or I'm a lesson. That I think that's going to be it this year. Whether it's in dating aspect, job aspect, like all of the above. If you can't see me for who I am, then I just can't be there for you. Like, I think that is what is going to be this year.
I think I'm going to stick with my intention theme. Love with intent, be intent, and grow with intent.
Oh, yes. I like that. I like that.
We gonna see what this 2020 talking about.
But I'm excited. Overall, for some reason, something inside of me, I feel that it's happiness this year. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's in the air. I don't know.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. It you know what? Don't hope. No.
Do it. Intention, boo-boo.
Intention. Yes. All right.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Toxic Mentality. Again, we are sorry about the winter break we took, but look for another podcast from us next week. We're going to double team it on y'all.
Hopefully.
Love, peace, and soul.
Grief.
Now, that will get us sued, motherfucker. You can't say that. So, let's wrap it up like this. As always, guys. Oh,
don't be basic.
Hold up. Be bougie.
you.
No, I'm
Be
playing.
you.
No, okay, stop. Okay. I gotta edit this all up. Fuck it. We're gonna get sued all over the place.
Take the part about Kanye right too.
No.
All right. Well, guys, thank you.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Toxic Mentality. And just as like always, don't be basic.
Be you.
Together we toxic as fuck, don't care, but we love it. Together we toxic as fuck, don't care, but we love it. When you mad, you pull up to the crib with no notice. Often argue and fuck with no sorry. Together we toxic as fuck, don't care, but we love it.
Hi, I'm Anina, and thank you for listening. What's next?
Hope you enjoyed the show.
Hope you enjoyed this show.
I love it.